Hi, hello everybody. Welcome. So tonight, in fact, I decided I was thinking about this for a while. I was thinking about this last night. It's like, you know what? Maybe are people interested? And I thought, I kind of want to do it. I mean, it's definitely one of my interests. So, I mean, I guess, uh, I'm not sure, but today we're just gonna be reading. I'm going to be just reading and maybe a bit of discussion of poetry, various poems that whatever tickles my fancy, you know. So if I'm gonna show the poems on screen just so you can read along, and if you don't, it's very looker friendly. So you don't you don't have to actively watch or chat that much. You can just listen, keep this on the background. It's a nice vibe. So, um, so I like poetry, and I think I thought I was gonna probably likely going. I don't know, just I don't know what exactly to do in this case. Like, I mean, I kind of talked a bit in when I did that like discussion of pop songs, but I never really read actual poems. It's a bit different. So I thought, let's really try to read a poem. So, in fact, I don't know. Is anyone interest? Maybe different Renaissance that stuff, but I'm gonna go way back. 1651 for this first one. 1651. Uh, this is a poem by Jonathan Swift. If you heard of it, you may recognize the person who wrote Gulliver's Travels, but he wrote like a ton of poems. There's like a ton of poems written by him, and then there's also a few poems written on him too. So, but you most likely know for Gulliver's Travels, and I note that Gulliver's Travels is an interesting thing because there's a bit of satire laced into his work. So, such as there's even some early set. So I thought we might just read a couple of his poems. Then we might read a few of his poems. Why don't we start? Uh, let's start with a short one. Stella's birthday, written in 1719. Alright. Stella's birthday. Oh, I'm gonna be reading from. Sometimes I'll be reading it from online. You can just. I'm using this as a show that you can see and you can read also as well. I have me a book a collection that contains this poem, so I'm gonna be reading it from there. So, Stella's birthday. No, okay. So, thankfully, Stella. Who's Stella? Esther Johnson. Esther Johnson is written the annotator in this book. Is in 1681 to 1728. This is the first of a series of poems has Swift addressed to his intimate and dearest friend on a birthday, March 13th. Now, Swift wrote this written in the year 1718. Swift wrote this poem for his birthday in 1719. The old style dated March 1718 to March 1719. If the year is taken as beginning of Stella, this day is 34. We shan't dispute a year or more. However, Stella, be not troubled, although thy size in years are doubled. Since first I saw thee at 16, the brightest virgin on the green, so little is thy form declined, made up so largely in thy mind. Would it please the gods to split thy beauty, size, and years and wit? No age could furnish out a pair of nymphs so graceful, wise, and fair, with half the lustre of your eyes, with half your wit, your years and size. And then, before it grew too late, how should I beg of gentle fate that either nymph might have a swain to split my worship too in twain? Right, so that's quite a bit. So it's very kind of mathematical. Oh, hi Kelsey. How you doing tonight? You know, just reading some poetry. I mean, I keep 34. Apparently in the notes it says she was actually 38 in 1719. So, in the cavalier mathematical gallantry of the poem, she is now only 32. Wait, hold on. It's 34. Wait. Okay. So, if it's 34, 1681, 34. Oh, thank you. Thank you for joining for a bit. You, 13. Wait, if she was 34. No. Maybe I'll look this up. I mean. Let's see. Oh, okay. And the Swift first met her when he was secretary to Sir William Temple at Moor Park. In the birthday poems, he references to her age. His references to her age are frequently inaccurate. Oh, that's why it's confusing. Huh. Because if she says it is 16, and I assume 1681, 16, that would be 1697. But that's... If she stay is 34. If the 34 wouldn't be 1715. She would actually be 38. She was actually 38. So, but I'm not sure why he would try to get to. It's kind of odd. Why would he like? I mean, maybe he just forget. I don't know. We shan't dispute a year or more. I mean, you seem pretty confused. I'm not exactly sure. Although thy size and years are doubled. I mean, I think the point of this is not because of age, regardless of whether it makes it incorrect, because it doesn't really matter. He calls her beautiful. The brightest virgin on the green, so little as thy form declined. Thy beauty, size in years and wit. No age could furnish out a pair of nymphs so graceful, wise, and fair. See, I mean, it doesn't matter, cause he thinks he's beautiful no matter what, and that's what true love is. See, comparing it to a nymph. So regardless of what he remembers something. I don't know. Cause it's you know what? Any age you're beautiful. Not when you're younger. You say not no. I don't mean that. I don't mean that. Well, when you're adult, I'm gonna stop. I don't know what I'm talking about. But so okay, I can see that. Well, probably. So why don't we read another poem? Let's see. Another Jonathan Swift poem. Let's see in this book. I don't wanna. I don't wanna. I'll go try stick with shorter poems at the moment, and if again interested, I'll definitely do a bit longer. That's if I really am want to. So, let's see, oh, oh, there's several of these. Okay, okay. To still visiting me in my sickness, I'm collecting and transcribed this poem. 1720. Oh, okay. This is one of my favorites. Oh, I want to read this. A satirical elegy on the death of a late famous general. That one's my. Oh, that one's a good one. Oh, so I had this book. It was actually for an English class I was using in the last semester. It was I had to buy this for like the English class in the True Love. Yeah, True Love. As great as the English and as the nymphs, Grecian nymphs. So when I had I had to buy this. It's called The Essential Writings of Jonathan Swift. It's like one of these books that like contains like his essential writings, like his writings and also writings on him and his works like that stuff. So that's how I'm reading these poems. And obviously the poems, since I'm interested in poetry, the poetry kind of intrigued me in a way. So, let's see, where was that? Ah, okay. A satirical elegy. Oh, let me change this. A satirical. Oh. I mean, obviously, it's kind of the title is kind of blunt. So what is it? So okay, okay. So it was written up in 1722 upon the death of the English general John Churchill, the Duke of Marlborough. The poem was first published formally in 1765 when it appeared in Jonathan Swift works. Yeah, whatever. Churchill, the Duke disparaged in the poem, had a checkered diplomatic and military career. Thus, he became the object of an unsympathetic satirical elegy by Swift, who was one of his leading political enemies. So I think they had beef, political beef. That is, imagine political beef, political beef, political beef was probably so different. Well, very much different then. But let's not talk about that. You know, we're here to roast someone. It's like a roast, but you're dead. It's like a roast of someone, but when you roast the person is dead. And that's it. Yeah, this is the interesting thing about like the interesting political beef. I mean, there definitely was. I mean, isn't that what all debate? Isn't that what all like elections are? Honestly, at the end of the day, they're just politicians beefing over each other. Wait, hold up. I think I just called something. Political beef, huh? Oh my god. No. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go into tangent a bit because I just remembered something. No. Let's see. Uh, 99 problems. No, no, no. Obama parody. Ah, you see. Oh no, I'm not looking for that. Yeah, okay, 9 years ago. Jesus, 9 years. Okay, okay, this one. Okay, I'm I'm sorry if if you somehow have or have not heard of it. Let me. No, I don't want to serve it on me. Okay, okay. This takes me back.
Good evening. This is a message that myself and my staff.
Oh, flashing lights. Oh, sorry, sorry, sorry. Um, shit, shit. Oh my god, flashing lights, flashing, flashing lights. Please look away if you're sensitive. Please look away if you're sensitive. God, I forgot. Oh my god, shit. I didn't even. Flashing lights. Please look away if you're sensitive. Please look away. Please look away if you're sensitive. I don't think it lasts that long, but
He's having an increasingly difficult time
jeez.
relating to the average working American. Now look at then Trollo. No matter how he trolls, I'ma make him fold. I'm hard to stop. Got that Bruce Leroy glow. My critics would say it's time for me to go.
Remember YouTube parodies? Remember YouTube parodies? You know that used to be on the rage. In the early 2010s, they used to be on the rage. Oh my god! Now you can't now you can't do anything without getting copyrighted on YouTube. But now, if you want to listen to the whole thing, this is what's called 99 Problems But Men Ain't One. Obama Valley. Obviously, parody of 99 Problems by JC. Yeah, kind of a bop, not gonna lie. Especially,
Worried about it? Farming your words like that. Are you some type of poet or something? Like maybe a rapper or something? Well, I'm no Jay-Z, but I do know this, that I spit flames and there's no extinguisher for it. Well, we'll see how right you are when election day comes. I've got 99 problems.
yeah, yeah, I remember this. I have this line ingrained in my that I remember things in my head for like years now.
That ain't one. Hit me.
Hit me.
99 problems.
Yeah, this.
Campaign problems, I feel bad for you, son. I've got 99 problems, but mid ain't one. Hit me. 99 problems, but mid ain't one. Having campaign problems, I feel bad for you, son. I've got 99 problems, but mid ain't one.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Now let's get back. Okay. So I encourage you to look it for on YouTube yourself if you are interested. Uh, I don't know why I'm recommending this, but it's just something I remember. Okay. Okay. Yeah, yeah. This helps me. Encyclopedia. Okay. Well, let me. Well, actually, I want to see. I want to actually want to see how Hmm. The Duke of Malvo. I mean, what did he? Okay, I want to actually. I kind of want to see Duke of Malvo. Jonathan Swift. I kind of want to see why he leads. Viciously attacked an Irish. Okay. Great Duke of Malvo. Duke. Uh, Viciously attacked by Jonathan Swift among others, he decided to leave the country. So, but why do they have? But why are they? But why do they beef with each other? Like, what? interesting. One of the biggest political who brought down was John Swift was a Whig in sentiment, but since his patron was a Tory, Swift was Tory propaganda. Okay, really? I never thought I perceived it as a children's novel, but whatever. I mean, okay. So it was a mark of effective piece of political propaganda that managed to criticize the Dutch, the Austrians, the Whig junto, and the Hitler hero Marlborough. Within a few minutes, it sold. Those public and parliament specifically Swift biting said Marlborough lost his position soon as Swift's pen proved mightier than Marlborough's sword. Huh? Okay. I guess now knowing that context, I guess as a bit of context, it's a interesting context. Okay. Now, boom. Okay. Hey. Let's check. Is the audio fine? Is anything too low, too loud? I try to speak as loud as possible so that every word is pronounced good. Okay, okay. Okay, okay. His grace, impossible, what dead? Of old age too, and in his bed. And could that mighty warrior fall? And so inglorious, after all. Well, since he's gone, no matter how, the last loud trump must wake him now. And trust me, as the noise grows stronger, he'd wish to sleep a little longer. And could he be indeed so old, as by the newspapers we're told? 3 score, I think. It's pretty high. 'Twas time and constant he should die. Conscience he should die. I hear you perfectly. Aye. That's good. Thanks. So, just conscience he should die. Laying it all out. This world he cumbered long enough. He burnt his candle to the snuff. And that's the reason some folks think he left behind so great a. What did he say? A stink. A stink. What did he censor in the book? Like, stink? He's so great a stink. Behold, his funeral appears. No widow sighs, no orphan tears. Won't at such times each heart to pierce attend the progress of his hearse. But what of that, his friends may say? He had those honors in his day. True to his profit and his pride, he made him weep before he died. Come hither, all ye empty things, ye bubbles raised by breath of kings, who float upon the tide of your state, afloat upon the tide of state. Come hither and behold your fate. Let pride be taught by this rebuke, how very mean a thing's a duke. From all his ill-got honors flung, turned to that dirt from whence he sprung. Hi. So I guess. Well, the first one it says Corinthians, Bible verse. Huh. I guess it's an interesting thing. Well, that's an interesting thing. Huh. I have different opinions. I didn't really know the context. I just thought it was kind of savage, but it's an interesting context. It's basically propaganda against that. I mean, it is pretty effective though. It's an interesting way. I didn't think of it that way actually. Breath of Kings. I mean, it's the war during the time. So, folks, that's interesting. Okay, so I mean, is that nobody is gonna remember him? Nobody's gonna remember you because your legacy is trash. Nobody's. It was very savage. It was extremely um. Now and on the scale, it's pretty harsh. But is not usually more of a poet and more so of a satirist, and it could definitely tell the satir. I think it definitely could tell that like this satire is like channeled into something a bit more primal in anger. I guess the satire is primed a bit more of anger and into poetry and how this like how it rhymes and such. But it's an interesting thing, you know. It definitely shows that like you know it's an interesting thing. So yeah, that's interesting. Sure, exactly. But how very mean. So all you empty things. This is a bit of biblical. I mean, there may be a bit of biblical medieval. I guess with the references of Breath of Kings in that Bible quote or something. The last. No, I guess so. Hmm. It's pretty savage. It's an interesting thing. Still like it though. So I guess we want another Jonathan Swift poem. Let's see. Sure. Eminent lawyer. Hmm. 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 The progress of poetry. Interesting. 549. Okay. Let's read this one. Okay. Okay. So Hmm. Oh. Ah. Bye. Hmm. I guess so. So um. Why there's so many ads? Okay. I'm not sure what this is about. But what is this one about? Huh. Oh. I'm not sure what this one is about, so I'll see if I can I'll read this. No, why is this a progress approach? The poem belongs with the earlier progress group of 1719. Okay, okay. The farmer's goose, who in the stubble has fed without restraint or trouble, grown fat with corn and sitting still, can scarce get over the barn door sill, and hardly waddles forth to cool her belly in the neighboring pool, nor loudly cackles at the door, for cackling shoes the goose is poor.
I created a free quiz that pinpoints the fastest way to
What?
get
Whoa,
insane.
whoa, whoa,
So you
whoa!
can make 2021 the year that you finally
What was that? Well, looks like somebody budged in. Right? Really threw me off. But when she must be turned to graze, and round the barren common strays, hard exercise and harder fare soon make my dame grow lank and spare. Her body light, she tries her wings, and scorns the ground and upward swings, while all the parish as she flies hears sounds harmonious from the skies. Such is the poet, fresh in pay, the third night's profits of his play. His morning draughts till noon can swell among the brethren of the quill. With good roast beef his belly full, grown lazy, foggy, fat, and dull, deep sunk in plenty and delight, what poet ever could take his flight? Or stuffed with phlegm up to the throat, what poet ever could sing a note? Nor Pegasus could bear the load along the high celestial road. The steed, oppressed, would break his girth to raise the lumber from the earth. But view him in another scene, when all his drink is hypocrine. His money spent, his patrons fail, his credit out for cheese and ale, his 2 years' coats so smooth and bare. Though through every thread it lets in air, with hungry meals his body pine, his guts and belly full of wine. And like a jockey for a race, his flesh brought down to flying case, now his exalted spirit loaves, encumbrances, encumbrances of food and clothes, and up he rises like a vapor, supported high on wings of paper. He singing flies and flying sings, while from below old Grub Street rings. Grub Street, symbolically the abode of hack authors. The street was their movement in the Barbican area. Not sure what that means, but okay. Okay. So what exactly? I'm not sure what this is. Well, sort of. Yeah, I know. I know the ad was really. The ad took me by surprise. That took me by surprise, honestly. Like, it's like, It's like, who's speaking? I didn't ask you. And then it was like, oh. It's entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs. Hmm. Limerick, okay. Okay. Um. Well. Okay. Hmm. Okay. So play as one of these notes when I think it says the third night's profits of his play. Playwrights receive the takings less expenses of third night performances of their work. Okay. Okay, the form is. I guess. Okay, I guess. Okay, so part is probably is about how poets are kind of like. So okay, yeah, okay. So I guess the first two stanzas are about farmers and how, and so the other two stanzas are about poets. And even though obviously that contrast, the differences are placed in that of the third, in how they can never, they don't really truly understand how the individual, how they work, individual individual feels by the details. A poet can't necessarily be strong, but a farmer can never really be, well, a performer. But the two things about this, but what makes the difference is, well, how hard the work is, how hard it is to get where a person, how hard it is to sustain yourself, and a person, and how much strenuous it could, how much strenuous it can take with hungry meal. See, there's obviously the same of the hungry meals that used as food. His flesh, that how at least survival. His money spent is hypocrine. So what is hypocrine? Now that's interesting. What is hypocrine? What does it symbolize? Hypocrine. Okay. I can ask. Is this like? Is this too boring? I'm just asking because like I can liven it up a bit if anyone needs it. If you need it, I'm just trying to understand these poems basically. So okay. 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 A fountain on Mount Helicon, sacred to the Muses and believed to be a source of poetic inspiration. Okay, that's an interesting. So, okay. So, understanding. Hmm. Okay. So. Okay. So, I think. What they say? Okay. The stubble. Okay. See, I think in trying to gain inspiration. Okay. And how much work is that he tries to gain the poetic inspiration, so many trying to gain so much poetic inspiration to just keep going to survive. I think even starving himself, and he's self suffering, and sometimes even a bit of disappearing because of sometimes the poet has it worse because the performing is very somehow limiting. Somehow, a well of inspiration can dry up and struggle to survive to at least be a normal life, which is kind of sad. Just sometimes kind of true in a very broad sense. Like, do you think? Like, is it to create art, to make stuff? If it's like, to make art, if it's like the sort of surviving? Because the farmer could survive, even if it was tough. People trying to emulate his success. The hack authors. Weird. That's odd. We're just, we're just thinking about this in like the greatest sense. You know what? Okay. So, might um might switch it to another poem. Another poet. I might say. Um, where should I go next? Hey, do you know any? I had to say. Okay. I'll open this up. If you know any, if you just can just, if any like can just name a poet, just a random poet, any poet, that'd be that's kind of nice. Um, you don't have to do it, but you can do it if you want to. Um, so I think I might have. Oh, no, no, no. Oh no, I ain't taking this side. One.
If
I should stay away from that. Hmm. Hmm. Let me see. Maybe I'll find something over here. Hmm. What's this one? What is? Huh, this is kind of difficult. Okay. Um, Okay, so I think while I go, I'll take a short break. Not long, but I'll take a short break just so I could try to call what I can do next. So, uh, I'll be right back. Okay, okay. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Okay, so, I thought, let's take a look at some Robert Frost poems next. Uh, Surely it's a bit more familiar, I guess. And no, we're not going to be reading The Road Not Taken. Oh, I want to read some of these other ones. Sorry, get a drink. Hey, jeez, about it. Let's read about the census taker. What is this one about? Yeah, let's read. I'm gonna read this first, and then we'll try to figure out. Let's read this back. Okay. Okay. I came an errand one cloud blowing evening to a slab built, black paper covered house of one room and one window and one door, the only dwelling in a race cut over 100 square miles rounded in the mountains, and that not dwelt in now by men or women, and had never been dwelt in though by women. So what is this I make a sorrow of? I came as a census taker to the waste, to count the people in it, and found none. None in the 100 miles, none in the house, where I came last with some hope, but not much. After I was looking from the cliff, overlooking from the cliffs, an emptiness flayed to the very stone. I found no people that dared show themselves. None not in hiding from the outward eye. The time was autumn, but how anyone could tell the time of year when every tree that could have dropped was a leaf was down itself, and nothing but the stump of it was left, now bringing out its rings and sugar of pitch, and every tree stood a rotting trunk, without a single leaf to spend on autumn, or branch to whistle after what was spent. Perhaps the wind the more without the help of breathing trees said something of the time, of year or day, the way it swung a door, forever off the latch, as if rude men passed in and slammed it shut each one behind him, for the next one to open for himself. I counted 9. I had no right to count, but this was dreamy, unofficial counting, before I made the 10th across the threshold. Where was my supper? Where was anyone's? No lamp was lit. Nothing was on the table. The stove was cold. The stove was off the chimney, and down by one side where it lacked the leg. The people had loudly passed the door, were people to the ear, but not the eye. They went out on the table with their elbows. They were not sleeping in the shelves of bunks. I saw no men there, and no bones of men there. I owned myself against such bones as might be, with the pitch blackened stub of an axe handle. I picked up off the sawdust covered floor. Not bones, but the ill fitted window rattled. The door was still because I held it shut, while I thought what to do that could be done. About the house? About the people not there? This house in 1 year fallen to decay filled me with no less sorrow than the houses fallen to ruin in 10,000 years, where Asia wedges Africa from Europe. Nothing was left to do that I could see, unless to find that there was no one there, and declared to the cliffs too far for echo, the place is desert, and it let whoso looks in silence, if in this he is aggrieved, Break silence now, or be forever silent. Let him say why it should not be declared so. The melancholy of having to count souls, where they grow fewer and fewer every year, is extreme where they shrink to none at all. It must be, and want life to go on living. Oh, jeez. Jeez, wow. That was quite a bad one. Wow, okay, it was a journey. That was something. Um, what a journey. Wow, what a poem. Okay, okay, okay. So I guess okay. So I guess the narrator in this case, he came. So he was trying to see. He was trying to come to each house. He comes across like a deserted house, and so he decides to just look around the house and finds that a lot of the people are gone there, and that sort of like triggers a sense of like crisis in humanity, and that people would disappear. There'd be less people. The census taker. That's a. That's like a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot for just like it just went like on a total existential journey. Damn, it's kind of powerful. I guess this is not had to do with the poem, but this is I guess this is one of these abandoned houses in northern New England. There were lots of them in the early 1900s, with Frost lived and roamed in New Hampshire and Vermont. Farmers left the region in large numbers, and their houses fell into disrepair. Loggers clear-cut huge areas and then just abandoned their bunkhouses to move on. For example, New Hampshire's massive Pemigewasset wilderness, where I was hiking recently, was once clear-cut. The logging roads and railroad beds. One room, one window, one door, the only dwelling. There's one, the house that still exists, but he does, but nobody is there. Kinda tragic. Kinda tragic in a way. Well, it's kinda. It's the people disappearing. There's less people to take count of the population. But if it's said surely there's still more people in the world. But like the people who, sure, the population might still be large even if people die. But like, what about the people coming across that? How many people are there? The people encountering that humanity, that population, part of even a small part of the population can sometimes, I guess it can sometimes be like affecting, because like you see the people you have stumbled across people you never would have known. There's still like a lot of history in this house that people inhabited. It's like a lot. So I think just think like someone is thinking it's just the number of people and how they lived. The whole family there is gone. So I'm not sure. I should. I don't know. I should. Maybe let's read one more. Um. fire. Well, that's a classic. To E.T. E.T. To E.T. E.T. The extraterrestrial? Oh my god. Yo. Yo, aliens! E.T. This is E.T. E.T. This horrifying. Look at this boy. This boy. Look at him. Look at the boy. This is what the letters address to. I'm kidding. The finger reaches out. E.T. write letter. Or something, I don't know. E.T. Yeah. Let's, let's read to see. I slumbered with your poems on my breast, spread open as I dropped them half read through, like dove wings on a figure on a tomb, to see if in a dream they brought of you. I might not have the chance I missed in life, do some delay and call you to your face. First soldier and then poet and then both, who died the soldier poet of your race. You meant that nothing should remain. Unsaid between us, brother, and this remained. And one thing more that was not then to say, the victory for what it lost and gained. You went to meet the shell's embrace of fire on Vimy Ridge, and when you fell that day, the war seemed over more for you than me, but now for me than you, the other way. However, though, for even me who knew, the foes thrust back unsafe beyond the Rhine, if I was to not, if I was not to speak of it to you, and see you pleased with once more with words of mine. Damn, really, the homie. Damn, it dedicated to a good homie. So why? Okay, so the victory is, I guess, I think yeah, usually first to World War One. Okay, I guess it's interesting. Fathers encouraged his friend Thomas to relocate to New England, but Thomas chose to serve in World War Two, in which he died. That death left Frost with his curious musing of the nature of war consciousness. Damn. It's a bit into. So you slumbered, so you just trying to half read the poems. if it was in the dream. So I guess in trying to, in a dream, to create a dream by summing the poems across, so to be very very peaceful. I guess that's interesting. Prompt. I guess it's just like a conversation beyond the grave, where I guess he's in. I guess he's somewhere upstairs, somewhere above. You know, it's like how would you be in? How would you have been known? You was a soldier, then a poet. I guess. I guess it seems a lot more casual and a bit more intimate than what how it would feel like the modern emotions. It's like, wait, would you have been a soldier and then a poet? So I'm not sure. The victory for what it lost and gained. Because the people, the one, the U.S. and the other allies that are fighting against the evil forces of the the Germany and its Axis powers, might have been, it might have been worth it, but it gained a lot of it to me. But it's lost and gained. It lost a lot of people. It lost a lot of It lost a lot of loved ones. War does that. Unsaid is not done to say. So what? Even one thing was not done to say. But even he's not sure of what those. I mean, it describes what happened on that day that he died in war. But the war of his emotions, I guess. I mean, every time the war seemed over for you, but because he was so close, that I think that impact really affects that. The impact of that war really affects because he participated. He was a casualty. Would he still? I don't know. But the thing is, would he still be okay with war though? There's still those there's those questions left unanswered and unsaid because, well, we don't know the answers though. They don't know because they never got to do this. I guess this is him, Edward Thomas. So it's interesting. It's kind of a sad one. Really sad. Yeah, kind of a tough one. And I say Robert Frost, he can really impact you though. Like when you dig into those details, they really kind of be impactful though. So, all right then. I think it's a good time I should end. I'm not sure. Yeah. So thank you for joining. I think this is an okay and interesting ride. I guess I might do this again some other time. I don't know when, but I'll do it. Thank you, Kelsey, for joining and or looking. I don't know exactly, but thank you. I guess we'll start a raid though. I'm not. exactly sure, but uh, hmm, I'm actually gonna take you to another. Thank you. That was awesome. Thank you. Uh, I hope you liked it. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure. I hope you liked it. Um, I encourage. And then you can all share to other servers if you wish. I'm gonna share my streams to other servers just so as if else is interested. So I might read some. I'm gonna probably read a VTuber. So what's the raid phrase? Political beef. Political beef. Political beef is the raid phrase. Okay, so I will go. Political beef is the raid phrase. So have a good night, and I'll probably see you. Probably see. I'll go.